Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here. In last week's class, we went over the shoulder joint and I explained how it's a ball and socket joint. In today's class, we'll be working on the only other ball and socket joint we have in the human body, and that is the hip. So to give a little bit of a review in case you missed last week, basically a joint being a ball and socket means that it's a ball, the head of your femur, your thigh bone, sits in a socket, the acetabulum. It's like a little cup on the side of your pelvis. So it means it has a lot of motion, right? So your hips, your shoulders have a lot of mobility because of the type of joint that it is. However, the hips tend to be a really tight place for us because as a society, we do a lot of sitting, which allows a lot of shortening and tightening of the muscles around the hip. So in today's class, we'll be working on getting a little bit of mobility in the hip, giving you a nice big stretch in all different directions to really get after the whole hip joint. And it's also going to be a little bit of a different class today. We're going to do yin style, which basically means it'll be slower, holding each pose or asana for 90 seconds. So make sure that you focus on relaxing into the pose and trying to release and give into it rather than fighting it that whole 90 seconds. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Oh, and I almost forgot, you'll need a bolster for this class if you have one. If you don't, that's okay. Just grab a nice big blanket or a big pillow that you can use. And don't forget to hit the like button. Let's get into it. We'll be starting in Shavasana today. So lie down. That's right, your favorite pose is at the beginning of class today rather than at the end. So enjoy it. Get comfortable. Check in with yourself. Be honest about what you have arrived on the mat with today. How do you feel in your body, your mind, your emotions? Scan your body. Are there any places that are not at ease? How do your hips feel? Set your intention for class today to open up and release tension, to find the balance between too much intensity and too little tension. Begin wiggling your fingers and toes, coming back into awareness. Bending in your right knee and taking hold of the back of your right thigh. Feeling the compression of your thigh towards your trunk. Maybe rotating your hip in the socket slightly to find the best position. Do some ankle circles or scrunch and release your toes. Easing into our practice today. Beginning to let go. Gently moving into half stirrup, you'll take a hold of your foot, either with your hand or with a yoga strap or a robe strap or belt. Keeping the knee bent. Bottom of your foot parallel with the ceiling. Continuing with that compression in the hip. Option to take your first 2 fingers and hold your big toe. Whatever works for you here. Feeling the stretch in the front of your left hip while you seek to make that leg straighter on the left. Slowly crossing that right ankle over top of your left thigh near your left knee. Bending your left knee so your foot is flat. You can either stay there, walk your left foot closer to you, or reach through and grab the back of your left thigh, pulling your leg in closer to you. Feeling the stretch through your right buttocks. Can you surrender into this stretch? Focus on your breathing. Deep inhales and exhales. Slowly releasing your left foot to the ground. Pick your hips up and move them over slightly to the right, and then drop both knees over to the left so your legs are at 90-degree angles. Reach back for your right foot, rotating your torso slightly. Letting go of expectations of how the pose should look. And just find a comfortable stretch that you can release into. Coming back to your breath and the practice if your mind begins to wander. Gently releasing And coming back to center, perceiving any difference between your right and left sides. And bringing your left thigh in. Again, feel free to rotate your femur, your thigh bone in the socket. Find a comfortable position. You can do ankle circles on the left side, or scrunch and release your toes. Commit to being present through the rest of your practice today. Keeping that compression, the left thigh in, bring the sole of your left foot towards the sky. Again, holding on to the foot or your shin, or you can use a strap. Allowing the front of the right hip to yield to the stretch. Sinking into the ground. Bringing the left ankle softly to the top of the right thigh, bending in the right knee, finding a comfortable position. Thigh pulling in if that feels good. Relinquish any need to be anywhere else. Carefully bringing the right foot to the floor, shifting your hips over to the left, and dropping both knees to the right at 90-degree angles. Reaching back for your right foot with your left hand and rotating your torso slightly towards the ceiling. Surrendering to the pose. Noticing without judgment if this feels different than it did on the other side. Gently releasing the foot, coming back to center. Take your time rolling onto your side and coming up to a comfortable seat. Grab that bolster or pillow and bring it next to your left thigh. Then take your right shin parallel to the front of your mat and the left shin parallel to the side of the mat. Take both hands next to your left thigh, twisting here. You can either stay there or slowly release down to whatever you have there for comfort. Grounding in. Melting. Releasing. Coming up to sitting, swing your right shin around so it stacks on top of your left. Taking nice, slow, deep breaths. Transitioning to the other side, move your prop next to your right hip. And then square your legs again. Left shin square to the back of the mat. Twisting to the right. And dropping down if that feels good. Surrendering into the pose. Enjoying the release. Slowly coming up to sitting, swinging the left shin to meet the top of the right. Coming back to that intention we set at the beginning of class. Did you allow yourself to open up? To find the balance between too much intensity and too little tension? Finding a balance between effort and ease is important in life and in our yoga practice. No matter where you're at today, know that you are enough, just as you are. Release the bind and straighten your legs out on your mat. Bouncing the knees up and down. Maybe bend the knees and windshield wiper them side to side. Releasing some of that energy. Whatever feels good here. And then come to sitting. Check in with your body, your mind, your emotions. Thank yourself for showing up. Thank you for practicing with me.